Hello, hello, Rixx coming to you live with another video, man. I'm back, man. Back with another power review. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was gonna be like, I wasn't gonna do no more power reviews. The last couple episodes kind of had me like scratching my head, like I was literally scratching the dandruff out my head. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this no more, cause it was just starting to get corny after a while. I was just like, nah, I don't really know. And then power, like when I first caught on to it, like when season 1, this is before everybody was starting to, catch on to power. Wasn't really into it, but then as it started to progress, it was like, all right, it started to get better. You seen the progress, you seen the process, you seen how it started to get better. By the time it got to season 2, it just took off. I was like, man, this it right here. And then season 3 came, I'm like, nah, I can't do this no more. And I kept telling myself, like, each week, I was like, man, I'm not watching this no more. I was like, that's it. I'm not watching it no more. It's not how it used to be. But then it came back. Man, I was like, oh, like, I was excited, man. I was like, all right, man, it's back, man. Power was lit. Season 3, episode 4. We about to get into it, man. I wasn't going to do this review. I don't do my reviews like everybody else. Everybody come on there and they explain to you. They just basically read the entire script over to y'all. I'm not going to do all that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting up here to explain everything that happened. You can either go watch it yourself, or you can go watch it yourself. I'm going to just talk about the important parts and all the good things that happen and why this show is, like, this episode was lit. Kanan starting to get back to his normal self. He's starting to get healthy. He's starting to walk again. His hands starting to move. You seen him talking to the jukebox, and they, going to plot on how they going to rob the jewelry store. Kanan like, man, I'm gonna take over. The guy like, nah, man, we don't need you in this, bro. Like, you walking around all burnt up, crispy, looking like a burnt piece of toast. We don't need all that in here. He like, nigga, you better watch who you talking to. Dude like, bro, like, who's this? He get up, but jukebox like, nah, I'm in charge. You gonna do what I tell you. So basically 50 Cent start acting like a sucker. She was like, you probably can't even, he said you want, take the last shot and blah, blah, blah. He like, man, she like, well, you probably can't even beat your meat. You can't beat your meat like Rixx do. And he was like, what? So, the girl, she closed the door, and this is the scene I've been waiting for, man. Shawty is bad. Like, I was waiting for her. Like, I didn't approve of him beating his meat in front of her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he could have went in the bathroom by himself and grabbed some lotion, pull like Pornhub up on his cell phone or something like that if he wanted to go beat his meat to check it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just, I know she was trying to see if his hands was working or something, but, that was corny. But I did get to see her, you got to see her chest, which you didn't get to see on the next scene when they had their sex scene with 50 Cent. Tasha and Angela meet up, and, she like, she got Tyreek record expunged, and Tasha was like, well, you got to deal with Ghost and all this other stuff. You seen Tommy go over and talk to Tasha. They went to go have their meeting. Holly revealed that she's pregnant. Tasha asking Holly, as she explained, the whole situation to Tommy about the, the pregnancy and her being pregnant or whatever. And she like, nah, she can't tell him. She like, well, if you don't tell him, then I hate to be you, because he gonna, oh, block, bang, bang. That's the one character that I do not like. I'm not really feeling Holly. But you need a Holly in the show. That's what's crazy. You need a Holly in the show, but at the same time, it's just like, bruh, Tyreek talking to Tommy and telling Tommy, they keeping him out of the loop. They ain't telling what happened to Sean and, all this other stuff. And, Tommy like, bro, I got you. What I'm saying? I'm going to always be here for you. Your dad might not be here for you, but your dad love you even though he's not around. They're keeping him in the shadows about a lot of things that's going on within the household. You seen Tasha talking to Keisha about the shop, and she found a gun in Tasha's purse. Keisha like, man, like, what's going on? Like, you leaving stuff out? You what's going on? And she like, you my girl. I'm gonna tell you everything, girl. Lying right to her face or whatever. So that's all the rest of that shit. Y'all can just go and watch it yourself. The Korean dude, Tommy go meet with the Korean dude, and he, telling him that the product is coming and that, it's gonna be a delay. But he said, he's like, man, what a brick. I thought you was gonna put extra bricks on the house. He was like, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna make it happen. So you just gotta be patient or whatever. Tommy like trying to preach patience or whatever, and the son like, man, I don't want to hear that. So the son, like, he apologized. So now he want to kill And the son give, you know, this evil look, which let me know, I kind of read that, you know, he was going to go kill Tommy or whatever. He was going to try to go kill Tommy. So that's what happened. Ghost meet up with the lady who's trying to, you know, get a spot inside a Ghost club or whatever. And Ghost like, man, well, you know, she want to know the real Ghost. And basically, he needs to upgrade. You know, he's a few years back. You know, you gotta be on social media because your fans want to feel like they know you, basically. You know, and I heard Kevin Hart talking about that in an interview where your fans want to, you know, feel like they know you. They want to get to know you. You know, he was telling Big Boy how, you know, your fans want to know if you got your hair cut today, or if you went here, or if you went there. That's the power of social media. Fans want to know, you know, your everyday life and what you're doing, can relate to you every day, and that's the beauty of social media. So she basically, and Dre was feeling her, like Dre was really feeling this lady, and I want to see a sex scene. I want Dre to hit it, you know, cause she's bad. You know, I actually want James to hit it, but you know, you seeing Ghost looking at Dre like, hey, you starting to catch on a little bit too much. You might, you know, you gotta fall back a little bit. You starting to, you know, you can see that Ghost sees a lot of himself inside Dre. And Dre was sitting at back to his hood, and I think in the next episode you're gonna see Kanan come back to that old shop, to the old restaurant, to where they used to meet up, and he's gonna go meet Dre, and Dre's gonna act like he was, you know, getting close to Ghost. Like he's, you know, the reason he's working at the club is to get close to Ghost. You know, basically trying to let Kanan know that, hey, look, you know, I didn't know that you were, you know, I didn't know what happened to you. I thought you just left. Getting close to Ghost and knowing the ins and out of how he working, you know, inside the organization, basically just to, you know, basically make chess moves, basically, and be 10 steps ahead of Ghost. But we all know that Ghost is already 10 steps ahead of everyone, and he's just a genius. Tommy go talk to the, I guess the preacher. I don't know what you're supposed to call him, a deacon, whatever, a drug dealer. I guess that's what you could call him, a preacher slash drug dealer. Basically telling him that he can't kill Ghost, and the preacher like, you need to talk to God about it. And Tommy like, man, I ain't talked to that nigga God in years, bro. Like, why would I call God up and he ain't gonna answer the phone for a nigga? You know what I'm talking about? Deacon like, man, you need to try. You know, God always got open ears and blah blah blah. So he leave out, and who is it? Jet Li and Bruce Lee and all them in the car, and they just shooting. They start shooting at Tommy. Tommy get hit, and start crying like a little bitch. Then he get to the ground, got a bullet hole in him. So then next thing you know, Ghost come out of nowhere. I was like, we back. This one I got excited right here. I jumped up, I pumped my fist. I'm all excited. I'm just swinging that air. I'm excited, man. Ghost come out with two guns, looking like old dog. And just shooting it up like it's Call of Duty Black Ops. And I'm like, man, Ghost is back. And this right here brought it back to season 2. I got that feeling of season 2. And you know, I was just overall excited, man. I was just so happy, man. We seen Ghost come out of retirement. You know, we seen the new Ghost. I wasn't really feeling this James St. Patrick type guy, you know. But we got the Ghost back. And this is what Courtney Kemp, I was like, man, Courtney Kemp is starting to show her genius again. I don't know what she was doing. It's like during season 2, she was married to a black man. And then season 3, like in the beginning, she was married to a white man for some reason. Ghost meets Pause. You know, finally they get to see each other. So, you know, they had this, you know, awkward interaction before Pause got there, him and Angela, you know, and she's letting him know that, you know, it was crazy for her to go talk to Tasha on her own. I guess she wanted to feel like, you know, she was, you know, trying to impress James or whatever. But he like, why would you go talk to my wife without me, you know? And Ghost was like, you know, she want her, you know, her son is out of a job. And, you know, Ghost like, hey, you know, he could come work for me down over back, you know, where he could come work at the club. She like, well, I already know you're gonna go back to the street life, Ghost, so it's gonna be awkward for my son to be in around of a drug dealer, you know, once everything don't go right, when she figure out who you really are and that you ain't never gonna change. And when he said that Tasha, my wife, Angela, looked like, oh, like Tasha and Ghost gonna have sex with each other, and Keisha probably gonna be like, well, I can't believe you still messing with that nigga. You know he's messing with you, and you know he's still messing with the side piece. Greg is back on the task force. He's trying to get close to Ruiz, trying to get Ruiz to flip. Kanan went and robbed the jewelry store. He ended up killing the dude, Derek. When I first seen it, I was like, oh snap, he killed him. Like, why would he do that? And we like, oh, like we didn't think that, like Jukebox knew what was going on. But as we seen when he went to the strip club, she knew that, you know, that she didn't need him no more. So that's why she asked, when they was at the strip club, she asked Kanan, like, you know, instead of trying to get revenge, you know, revenge would be easy. It's easy to just kill him off. You know, maybe you should try to take everything that he owned, and, you know, maybe he's better alive to you. It's kind of like an Art of War type of thing. If you read the Art of War, or the 48 Laws of Power, or the 50th Law of Power, which I've read, then you will pretty much grasp of what's going on and how to feel things out. If you don't read, you know, the Art of War and stuff like that, you pretty much don't really know what's coming next. You know, just use him like I used Dirk. I'm just waiting. You know, this episode was lit. I give it an A++. Shout out to Courtney Kemp. Shout out to 50 Cent. I'm gonna try to cast for the next episode. I'm gonna be 50 Cent lost son, but I'm dead serious. I'm gonna try to cast for the next episode. So Courtney, holla at me, man. I think I can. I know I can do it, man. My acting skills is A1. I'm probably a better actor than Kanan. So like I said, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Love y'all. Stay safe.